Have you ever wondered about the grim underbelly of tourism, the one they don't show in glossy brochures? Tourism, the great escape, the adventure of a lifetime. Yet there lies a concealed facet, a grim reality that lurks in the shadows of this industry. It's called sex tourism, a term that may sound unfamiliar to many. It's a global issue that goes beyond borders, cultures, and societies. This is not the travel tale you hear about from your friends or see in your favorite travel vlog. It's a tale of exploitation, a tale of innocence lost, a tale that exploits the most vulnerable amongst us, women and children. The travel industry, often celebrated for connecting cultures and creating unforgettable experiences, has a dark side. It's a side that profits from the misery of others, a side that thrives on the silence of its victims. This is the dark reality of sex tourism, a worldwide problem wrapped in silence and shame. So where does this grim business flourish the most? Well, it's not confined to a single region. There are hotspots scattered across the globe. Southeast Asia, for instance, is often cited as a hub for sex tourism. Places like Thailand, Cambodia, and the Philippines are unfortunately known for this dark trade. Then we shift our gaze to Latin America. Countries such as Brazil and Costa Rica have also been identified as destinations for sex tourists. But it doesn't end there. Eastern Europe is another region that can't be ignored. Nations like Ukraine and the Czech Republic are grappling with this issue as well. These places are diverse, each with their unique culture and heritage, yet they share a common problem. They have become a playground for the grim business of sex tourism. It's vital to remember that these are not isolated incidents confined to certain bad parts of the world. The issue is global, and its impact is devastating. These hotspots are a stark reminder of the grim reality of sex tourism. But who are the real victims of this heartless industry? This question takes us to the core of the issue, the individuals who bear the brunt of this sordid business, the most vulnerable amongst us, women and children. Picture ordinary folks like you and me, but yanked out of their regular lives and thrown into a world of constant exploitation and dehumanization. These are not mere statistics or faceless entities. These are real people with dreams, aspirations, and desires, just like you and I. They are mothers, fathers, sisters, brothers, daughters, and sons, forced into a life they never wanted, stripped of their dignity and humanity. For the sake of others' fleeting pleasure, their lives are irreversibly altered, their innocence stolen, their futures jeopardized. This is the harsh reality for countless individuals worldwide caught in the web of sex tourism. These are the victims, the unseen faces behind the dark reality of sex tourism. And who fuels this cruel industry? It's a question that might bring to mind shadowy figures lurking in dark corners, but the truth is far more unsettling. The perpetrators of sex tourism are not just the stereotypical bad guys. Instead, they often hide behind the facade of ordinary life. They are the businessman on a work trip, the lonely traveler seeking companionship, the thrill seeker looking for an illicit adventure. They come from all walks of life, from every corner of the globe. Their common link? The choice to exploit the vulnerable for their own pleasure. Each one of them, knowingly or unknowingly, contributes to the perpetuation of a trade that thrives on manipulation, deceit, and the commodification of human beings. Each transaction, each act, fuels a machinery that strips away dignity and human rights. Remember, the next time you think of a perpetrator, look beyond the stereotype. These perpetrators are the driving force behind the cruel world of sex tourism. But is anything being done to combat this horrifying issue? You might wonder. Indeed, the fight against sex tourism is no small feat. It is a global issue that calls for a global response. Across the world, non-governmental organizations, governments, and individuals are working relentlessly to eradicate this inhumane industry. These warriors are raising awareness, lobbying for stricter laws, and providing support to victims. They are at the front lines, battling against the tide of indifference and denial. From local community groups to international organizations, efforts are being made to expose and dismantle the networks that fuel sex tourism. Governments are increasingly recognizing the gravity of this issue, introducing legislation and sanctions to deter potential offenders. Individuals too are playing their part by refusing to turn a blind eye, by educating themselves and others, and by supporting the work of those on the front lines. The fight against sex tourism is ongoing, and every effort counts in shedding light on this dark reality.